Hey everyone, welcome back. And this morning, let's just draw this cow because I was just kind of feeling a little tired and wasn't sure what to draw. And I just thought of a cow. I'm like, okay, why not? So I just found this kind of funny looking cow. I guess they all kind of look funny when you really look at them. All right, so let's just draw the head, not the body this time. Just yeah, just some interesting things going on here that might be kind of useful in terms of lessons on how to shade, especially this shiny fur here. All right, so to draw this, we can sketch. Well, for something like this, let's just break this down because this is a very. His head is almost like a little rectangle here, so we can just break that down first. Let's see. Make sure I fit everything in frame. So I'm just gonna draw. Okay, let's put this in frame. Let's really put it into frame. So let's say that's the rectangular shape here of his head. And then his ears would be probably somewhere around here. Just coming across, just roughly. And then let's see, let's break it down a little bit more. Let's see, here's a little patch up top. It's eyes. One right here, right where the ear is gonna be. One more out here. And then we could break this down. Let's see, come down. Let's just draw this little patch right here. And then the nostrils. Let's see, if you look at a rectangle here, the nostril is almost right at the center. So from this rectangle, the nostril is actually right around here. So then the next one, right from the eye. And again, this is just a cow, so it doesn't have to be exact. But I'm just, wanting to show you how I would measure this. And it's the same way of measuring for pretty much anything, just using reference points and being able to see the relationships. Here's the mouth. Okay. I think that's okay. Let's see. From here, let's draw in some of the features. Like really bring in some of the musculature here, all the features. So right here, I'm seeing this. It's kind of rounder. It's the hair. Let's bring out the eye here. So this would be kind of like the second pass to getting all the features, and then we'll start shading. So this is a round shape here. Eyeball. And then here, I guess these would be like the cheekbones. Down, down, back to the nostrils here. Round shape here comes out. It's a little mouth. It's actually got a very, she's got a really prominent lip shape here, which is kind of funny looking. Let's see, there's definitions in here, but it's harder to see. I think once we start shading, we can bring that to life. And then the ear, here. It's basically just one big, kind of like a leaf shape. Same thing here. Okay, so I think that's okay. All right, let's give in some of these. I guess the hairline. Okay, so now that we have this, let's go ahead and start shading. And this will be the fun part. And hopefully I can get some of this shine here, which is really what kind of attracted me to this cow here. All right, so I'm gonna start the eyeball. Highlights right here. Highlight here, and it's a little bit lighter on the edge right here as well. Lower lid. Now I'm using a 4B, so it's pretty dark. Now I know this is kind of dark here, and I could give it a shade, but let me draw in the darkest part first. We'll go from there. Because I want to keep the shine, so hopefully I can just keep the paper white. Here. It's almost like drawing a pattern here. It's down here. So highlights right around here. Some whiskers here, of course we'll ignore that for now. So in terms of strokes, I'm just drawing these short strokes. So like edge right here is darker, so I'm just gonna go short little strokes and then fill that in slightly because it is dark. So I'm kind of squinting my eyes. This part here, this needs to be darker. I'm a little hesitant because I do want to keep that shine, but I know it's not supposed to be white, so I guess it should be a little bit of shading. And this is round here. Highlights right around here. Let's see how that looks. And then right here, the ear on this edge, dark, which is really good because it really helps to pop out the eye right here. And then again, this is like a cylinder shape here. So the highlights right here, and then the edge is gonna be darker. So we can break things down, by just kind of recognizing it, like this is a flat area and this is kind of hollowed out, and this is like a cylinder. This is like kind of like a sphere, right? The socket area. So this is all dark in here with some fur. I'm just gonna draw in like this. Hopefully I can get some of that directional line here, make it look like fur. Here. This is kind of fun, because it's kind of messy. And it is a cow, so just have to look like a cow and not a specific cow. So there's no lightness to it. Okay, so one big patch of dark in here. Okay. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's see. Let's draw in some of the hair, which is kind of cool here. In here, darker here, and then here. So I'm just seeing the darkest spot. Now go from there. And I'm trying to use the directional strokes here for the hair. So that I can simulate the strands itself and kind of shade at the same time. So it's like an added bonus. Okay, so I'm coming around here, some loose strands, and then back to this other part of the eye. So let's come back to here because this part's gonna be darker. And my pencil is getting a little bit more blunt and actually feels good. Right here seems a little too tight. Right now it actually feels pretty good. I'm a little bit looser now. So flatter tip, a little bit more rough. A little bit broader, a little bit easier to fill in all the spots. So right here. So another way to draw this, if you want to do it this way, okay, so you can go like this. Let's give it one shade first and then we can continue in. It's like whatever works. We don't have to follow specific rules. We just kind of have to understand, what works, what does what, and then you can decide how you want to approach this. And then the other ear. Okay, so like right here, the darkest part. All right, let's try it this way as well. So let's just give this one shade. Slightly darker on the edge. Darker up here as well. And the whole thing needs to be a little bit darker. Okay, so let's leave it like that. Let's draw in this part. This part is kind of cool. I think this is the most difficult part. So I'm going to start out at the nostril. It's going to be darker here. It's because it's two-tone here, which is kind of tricky. So I'll draw in this line here. And we could just give it one shade first. But there's some really strong highlight right here, which I really want to keep. Okay, so the nostril area, darker in here. This shape here is very complex. Middle of the nose right here. This part's darker. Comes down, and then we have the mouth. So this kind of rolls in. So all this is slightly darker. But then because it's two-tone, so this part is slightly darker. And then there's also bounce light too, but let's try to just keep this simple first. So the whites here are in the shade. It's gonna be a little bit darker. And then the lip. Lower lip looks like, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like, is it a bounce light or is this, does the shape keep rolling? I'm not sure. Then here's the neck. Here, this part's darker. That's how we can see, that's how we know this part comes out. So if we darken the back here, this will automatically give us this little pouch right here. So with these kind of shapes, especially with fur, sometimes the way we're able to visualize certain things is because of what's behind it. So it's a little bit tricky. Like here, this little white edge right here, because on the back here is his body. This part's gonna be dark. So I might have to draw some of the body so that we can actually see. There's another patch right here. So I guess I will have to draw part of the body, which is okay. So this is gonna come down. It's not going off camera. So let's come back up here. We can draw, maybe finish this part up so that looks like more of a complete drawing. And then here, again, dark. Got a really nice shine there on the back. Right here as well. And I kind of messed it up here, but okay. So I won't go down too much, but let's come back up here because there are some details in the middle here, which is a little more subtle. So it's just a little bit of this kind of directional shading. To help indicate the form, but also the fur. Just trying to get this round shape here. The Terminator. Darker on this side. Yeah, a lot of little things. So overall, all this should be slightly darker. Since it's the bottom and it's in the shade. Okay, so the going off camera. So I think it looks okay. A little bit more detail here than up here. So let's try to balance that out. Maybe a little bit more attention here. turning my pencil so I can get a slightly harder edge, sharper edge. This is really dull right now, as you can see. So just a quick recap on how I drew this. Basically a rectangle, because I saw this shape here. And then from there, you can visualize kind of center the rectangle right around here. And then eyes will be right around there. So I just drew that. And then ears will come out right next to the eyes right here. Right. So just some really basic reference points, like where the nostril is right in the center of the rectangle. And then once you have those few points, we can fill in the rest. So that's how we draw in the proportions, you know, for anything. I know this is just a cow, but it works for everything. And then for the shading, I like to start with the darkest area. And then for this here, this is almost like drawing a map. Just visualizing these lines right here. You know, which part is darkest, right in the middle here. And then shade that in. This part should be a little bit darker. Try to visualize the shapes. Like this is almost like a little dome shape. The eye socket area. The ear right here is like a cylinder. And then from there, it's just shading. But whatever you do, you know, just try to give a general overall shading first. Try to keep things consistent. You know, once you're here, if I wanted to, you know, we can add in more detail and just, you know, go in and really draw in the little stuff. But always try to concentrate on the larger forms first, so that once we have that, then we can focus on the details. So I hope you guys, I don't know what I'm gonna draw next, so if you guys can give me suggestions, that's great. And I know some of you guys have, so really thank you for that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I will see you next time.